All right, hello everybody. This is Sir Adrian back here to film the French Republic's turn in our current game of Global Empires 1915 titled Operation Blackhand. So this should be a relatively quick turn. We have 24 IPPs to spend. We're going to spend one of those on diplomacy. We're going to spend two to buy a early colonial, two to upgrade, and we're gonna spend seven, so 5, 6, 7 to lend lease the Germans a transport. We're going to spend, I looked at this, I believe it's eight, yeah, eight total for two artillery, which will bring us up to 20. I'm going to spend two on two observation balloons, and then we're going to spend two to repair the damage on our major factory in Paris. Fall, winter, and I looked around the board, decided against doing any attacks, so we're just going to have non-combat. But before we do any of that, we'll go ahead and roll our tech roll. So we just have the one undamaged major factory. We're going to attempt to go for engineering. That's a 9, so that's a success, which is great. So France is at stage 1 engineering. Yeah, and then diplomacy. As I said, we'll actually just, well, here, we'll grab one of these. Diplomacy, we'll try to go for Afghanistan. It's one of 3 or less. And that's a miss. Just unfortunate, but often how it goes with diplomacy. Yeah, and then no attacks, so just non-combat. So we're going to move these two early infantry from northern Algeria into Tunisia. We're going to move this early colonial infantry from Morocco to northern Algeria. All these units here, except for the militia, are going to move over into northern Italy. So we'll go ahead, ship out the artillery. So we got one artillery, 3 early cavalry units. And then 2 French fighters, but early fighters. There's that. We are going to move these 5 infantry into southern France. We're going to take the seaplane off Maritime Air Patrol and move it to Aquitaine. I do believe when you take it off Maritime Air Patrol, you can't then use it for something else, but you can move it once it's off patrol, I believe, back. If not, it's off patrol, but it's still in that sea zone, and we can correct that. These 5 infantry will move into Paris. We'll get rid of this while we're here because that's going to be repaired. These 4 infantry will move into Paris. These 2 artillery are going to move into... Actually, I had them in Lorraine, but we'll move them to Paris. Why not? into Paris, except for that militia. I believe there was a militia there. If it was in Paris, I'll move it back, but that was there, I think. Then these three artillery will rail them down to join the German army over in Austria. There we go. Yeah, and then down here we'll have this early colonial infantry from Cochin, China. It's gonna move up to Annam Tonkin, and the heavy artillery in Annam Tonkin is gonna move to Siam. So there's that. And looking at this now, I'm just wondering. Okay, I wasn't sure if Italy had counter battery fire. I was gonna say we could try to maybe, as an attack, uh, have the artillery. Uh, oh, but those were in here. Actually, yeah. So never mind. We couldn't have done that anyways. All right, so that's yeah it for the French turn. Everything gets spent, so or at least for the non-combat. So now we just go ahead and place units. So yeah, Lend-Lease to the Germans, which we will send that here. It's where they'll produce it. So it'll leave our Aquitaine, go up through here, around through there to eastern Germany. The observation balloon, build that, or both of those, in southern France. The early colonial, that's going to get built in Morocco. The upgrade was for this early colonial that moved, so that's going to become a early infantry unit. The artillery, we will build one of them in northern Algeria, and the other one we're going to build over in I think Annam Tonkin, unless, yeah, that's actually fine. So that's it for the French turn. So we're going to go ahead and collect 24 IPP, and we don't have anything in trade. So 24 IPP for the next turn once again that we can utilize. So that's it for us, and now we will hand things off to, I believe, the Ottoman Empire.